Hi there, it's Jonica, your independent Pampered Chef consultant. I'm a little messy today, so don't mind me or my kitchen. I have some basil that's starting to flower, and I don't want it to go, so I am going to make a basil and walnut pesto. So this walnut pesto calls for a half a cup of walnuts, and I have about a fourth of a cup. How I know this is the one of my 1 cup prep bowls. And it has got measurements right on the side, so it's right about to a fourth of a cup or just over. So I am actually, since these are already cut, I'm going to throw those in, and I'm just going to cut more than what I need, chop more than what I need, and just keep them right in my 1 cup prep bowl, because that's been working out for me pretty good. If I just want just a few walnuts, like to put on my oatmeal or whatever purpose. I already have them, and I kind of like that. So this to sit in. There we go. And this is my manual food processor. Now, normally I make my basil, my pesto in a bigger food processor. So as you can see, there we go, right there. And here we go, 1/2 cup, just like that. So I'm gonna set that aside. And now I need basil, garlic, Parmesan, lemon juice, or lemon zest, lemon juice, and red pepper flakes. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna cut some basil. All right, I've got my kitchen shears, and I'm gonna show you my basil. There's my basil. So you can see it's starting to, I'm probably getting it a little late, but I'm gonna cut it right back and use up, I might put some of the stems in a vase. They'll last a little while in a vase, what I don't use in my pesto. So, and I also have another plant that is planted with tomatoes, because basil planted with tomatoes improves their flavor. So it was about yay tall, and I cut it right down. Look at that. And I've got this wonderful bunch, and another little bunch right there. This basil looks more impressive. Look at all this. Isn't that awesome? Actually, I think I may have had like 2 or 3 plants in one larger pot. Okay, and so because I have more basil than I thought, I'm actually going to shift the way I do this. You saw me do my nuts in my manual food processor, but I am actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to get out my big food processor, because I have enough basil, especially I have more to pick. I have enough to do, what I have now, picked 2 batches of pesto, and I think if I pick some more, I could do 3 batches. It's just such a great way to use it, and so none of the basil is wasted. I love the smell. It smells so good, and I'm gonna save a couple stems. I'll show you. I just stuck these. I'm gonna put them in separate. I'm gonna put them in like an empty water bottle. Actually, I just stuck them in with this tomato that's rooting, just to give them in water now. But then I'm gonna put them in their own. So I'm gonna root these. So I'll have some fresh new plants, and I might do 1 more. And yeah, so you heard that right. I rooted this little tomato plant. It's a small, I'm just testing to see, experimenting. I have a couple, they're like little tiny patio tomato plants that my mom had given me, cherry tomatoes. So, and I found you have to take the top, the very end, the very top, the smaller stems and leaves, and they had just a couple flowers on them. So I picked the flowers off so it would put its energy into growing the new plant, not growing fruit. But this rooted, I mean, the stem that was submerged in water was just roots, loaded with roots. So, it's an experiment, and maybe I'll keep you posted, and we'll see how it goes. I love to do this kind of thing with my gardening. And I don't know if you noticed, if you recognize this, this is the small batter bowl. The large batter bowl holds 8 cups. The small holds 4, and because I knew that, I just simply thought, hey, what could I put this basil in? So for 1 batch, I need 4 cups of basil, and so that's just perfect. Absolutely perfect to measure. So yeah, send some be doing 3 batches, it looks like. I'm going to use my food processor. It's not a Pampered Chef one. I don't have that one yet, but I do have a Cuisinart. And so this is how, if you can see it, I just peel my garlic. I just slap it, and with a big knife, and look at that. So if I'm not using my, if I don't need to mince it, and I'm not using my garlic press, this is just super easy. I think I learned this from Food Network. Probably Cooking with Rachel Ray or something. And whenever you need to zest a large amount, this comes as a set. Citrus juicer and zester, and it's great. If you have a large amount, you know how awkward it is hanging something. I started doing this. This one isn't a Pampered Chef one, but horizontally, and you know, and I almost like cut myself. Then I remembered I have my Pampered Chef zester, and this is just so much easier to do, and there's even markings on the side so you know how much you need to use. So this is perfect, and I'll use this also. I need to zest a lemon. So, actually, I could probably do that right in here. So yes, my pesto recipe calls for the zest and juice of 1 lemon. So I can just do it all in one, having to dirty up several things. I always try to keep lemons on hand. I use them for a lot of things. Lemon water is good for you in the morning. Do that. Oh, and oh, it smells so good. I so wish I lived in a climate where we have lemons. Like the times I've gone to New Zealand, I love it because it's, you know, they have a climate where you almost all year round there's stuff growing, but there's no snakes. And and almost everybody, it seems like, has a lemon tree in their yard. A lot of people, lemon trees in their yards. And I just love it. Oh, it smells just amazing. Such a mixture. All my favorite aromas: garlic, basil, the lemon. Oh, just like so good today. So good. I'm just gonna swap this out. Get that little bit of zest off there, and pop this right on. And look at that. Just gonna do it just like this. Oh, it smells so good. So good. I'm actually getting hungry. I might have to stop for lunch soon. I don't know what I want. Oh, you know what? I actually have some lemon pepper pasta that I use for the lemon pepper wrap from Pampered Chef. And I ate up all the shrimp out of it. It was a recipe with little shrimps. And I have just a little bit pasta left. So I could take some of this, put that with the pasta, some of this pesto, and I think I've got my lunch all sorted out. And also, here's a tip for you. If you happen to have lemons or limes and they're a little bit dry, put them in the microwave for about 20 seconds. And that will take care of that for you. You'll get more juice out of that. And also, if you roll them, which I didn't do, I should have done that. If you roll them just under your hand, that'll do that. You get a little more juice out of that too. So I got all that in one dish, which is pretty darn good. And so that's just gonna go right in my food processor. I brought the food processor so you can see. Here we go. Oh, this is so good. This is just freshly, I mean, you could use Parmesan in a, you know, already whatever you call it. My brain is fried right now. I've got too many things. I'm multitasking and have too many things going on. So you could use the green container with the Parmesan cheese if you wanted, but this is fresher. I had one and it actually needs to be zested up. So now I need about a ½ cup of olive oil. And I'm using one of my Easy Read measuring cups that I love because I don't even have to bend to measure. I'm gonna finish off this bottle, I think. Almost finished it off, so I love that. And these come in a set, so, and you can go all the way from like a few tablespoons, like 4 tablespoons, to the larger one holds 4 cups. That's all gonna go in there. That looks so good. I'm just gonna do some cracked pepper, a little bit of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and then I'm gonna mix it. There we go. Just like that, easy peasy. So now, I'm gonna show you, this is my trick. I have a couple of these really old, I really like these ice cube trays. Actually, they're so old, the metal ones. I like them better than the plastic ones. And so what I'm gonna do, this is my trick. I am going to get this blade out of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these. Oops, I just made a mess. Did you see that? I'm pampered, but not perfect. Actually, it might be better with a spoon. Let's do it with a spoon, like that. That's better, much better. So, and I'm going to do 2 more batches of this. And these are going to go right in the freezer. They're going to fill up. And they're going to fill up. These are going to go right in the freezer. And then once they're frozen, I'm going to pop them out. And I'm going to put them in a plastic freezer bag. And so there they will store. It's great as to flavor soups or casseroles. Obviously, of course, over pasta. I even like it on poached eggs. I take one of these cubes and I microwave it for maybe, I don't know, less than 30 seconds, maybe only 20 seconds, just in a little dish, and it thaws. And I put it over my eggs when I do poached eggs, and it's really super, super good. And then what I do is I put just a little drizzle of olive oil over the top of each one of these, and what it does is, I read it helps prevent the basil from turning like a black color, keeps it green and pretty. So I'm gonna do that. So I get about 6 cubes with this one. Oh, and I forgot to save some for my spaghetti, for my pasta. That's okay, I gotta do another batch. Yeah, so this will be good. I'll fill this right up, and great way to preserve it, your basil. So round 2, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Looks amazing. So I've got one more batch of pesto to make, but I put some leftover, had a little bit of leftover spaghetti, and so I just put a little bit in here. Oh, it is, let me tell you, it is so, so, so good. My favorite way to make my basil last all year round, freezing it as pesto. Such a great way. Plus I'll root some of the cuttings and have some more, some indoor plants, some little indoor plants to last all winter. So good, you gotta try it. And here we go. I have 1 ice cube tray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I would have had almost 20, but I scooped some and put some in some leftover pasta. And it was so good. So don't skip on the lemon. The lemon really gives it a nice flavor, and the red pepper flakes do too. So it's not spicy, but it just adds really nice flavor. So these are gonna go in the freezer, and then when they're frozen, I'll pop them out of these trays, put them in a freezer bag, and all winter long, I will be enjoying basil from my garden. Okay, last part, my pesto. Look at that. So I'm going to take them out of here, and now that they're frozen individually, I can put these in a freezer bag, and they won't be frozen together. So look at that. How easy is that? This will just all go in a freezer bag, and when I want some pesto, I just take one out, That's probably like 1 or 2 servings, depending on what I'm doing with it. And so just so super easy. I did 3 batches. I can't wait. This is going to be so good. Look at the color. Isn't it nice and green? So there you go. 3 batches of pesto, and going in the freezer to enjoy all winter long. There we go.